Now, the next three pieces are all about the children. Some good, some not so good. A documentary that has been focusing on India showed children of 5, 6 and 7 years of age out working in the hot sun. And you've got to remember, in India, it's not uncommon in the summer anyway to have 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And the kids are making mud bricks. Now, in the documentary, the factory owner was asked, why aren't these kids in school? And he replied, they cannot go to school until the debt is repaid. Until then, they are my property. Yes, you heard that right. Because in India, the debt transfers from parents to children. So if one of your relatives got, say, a payday loan years ago, which was at the standard annualized interest rate of 5,000%, then all relatives beyond that point would become slaves of the loan holder until it gets repaid. Of course, as you know, it will never be repaid. So the loan holder legally owns the kids, and subsequently their kids throughout time and pretty much forever. And yet millions of people around the world are enamoured by the enlightenment of the Indian culture and spirituality, whilst they're running children as payday slaves, of which 7,000 of them die each day. The Kali Ma lives on under the banner of spirituality and enlightenment, it seems. That has to be stopped. That's something I'd like Trump to deal with. Any countries doing that to kids, don't trade them. Just cut them off. You know, you can do it to Iran and North Korea, who neither of which are a problem, and yet India gets away with all kinds, and so does China. In fact, we're not exactly looking after kids in this country, never mind those either. The world of medical again. And according to recent data from the FDA, has revealed 6,370 adults have died from a drug currently being used to block puberty in transgendered children. Now, between 2012 and June the 30th of this year, the FDA documented over 40,764 adverse reactions suffered by patients who took the Lupron, which is used as a hormone blocker, and more than 25,500 reactions logged from 2014 to 2019 were considered serious. That included 6,370 deaths. It's interesting now that the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, are now highlighting this drug, given it was the same organisation who actually approved it. Now, this drug is also on the list of essential medicines by the World Health Organization. Go figure. Essential medicines that cause 6,370 deaths. But the problem is, will the FDA and the World Horror Organization be held accountable for these injuries and deaths? Answers on a quark particle is probably the answer. A recent study of 1,600 children done by scientists told the story that 98% of children are born with and carry what is called the genius gene. I told you, they come in with everything, which is genius level intellect of creativity. By age 10, that is reduced to less than 30% of the children. 68% drop within the first 10 years. By age 15, less than 13%. By age 20 to 30, less than 2% still have the same gene. Why? Because of their poisons, and also because they educated it out of us. Education means training of animals, and they have destroyed by that point the most creative, intelligent species down to the level of animals. Going forward, it's about teaching, not educating. Going forward, the teaching of soul development awareness is a must for future development of our children, for the overall development of the species also, as the consequences of not teaching them is why humanity has regressed backwards in terms of development and also intellect. We also need to teach a real understanding of karma, the consequences of it, and not just pass it on to others via the Day of Atonement ceremonies done by the Hebrew and Hindu and also Tibetan group. We're going to need to teach them real spirituality, which is individual based, not groups. All groups, spiritual or religious, are corrupted by the dark elements, and I mean all of them. Meditation time and classes would make children grow again. Spirit knowledge and awareness. We are not alone also. Teaching the above without stating we're not alone becomes a muted and stunted exercise of dancing around things. Facts and truth, not assumptions and logic. And we can only do that by scrapping the current education programs. We've had enough of their animal training. The animals they called us are now waking up and are tired of being treated like dead animal carcasses, and the whole system is a complete joke. And what we're going to need going forward is access to the private schools all the elite children go to, that then need to be rolled out into charter schools first, and then eventually public schools for real development. 98% of children are born with a genius gene, and by the age 20 to 30, it's down to 2%.